Okay, number 3. And you got to stick with me, because I'm not going to pull the plug on this one today. I got a big one coming up. But number 3 is what I call the number 2 cause of killing joy. It's the number 2 reason, but I put it third. And it's an unwilling heart. It's an unwilling heart. And it's an unwilling heart to have an expectation. You're unwilling to have an expectation inside of you. And it's an unwilling heart to hunger and thirst. So how do you have a lack of expectation in your life? How do you do that with an unwilling heart? I'll tell you, your thought of God is so low that you don't believe he'll show up. You don't believe he'll do a miracle in your life. You don't believe he can restore your marriage. Or you don't trust him enough to believe that we serve a mighty God. So I'll just let you chew on that. How low is your expectation of your God? Because my Bible says, with man it is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So, I'm looking for a lot of things. I'm looking for, I said, Lord, give me a message that'll fix my heart, because it's a mess. I don't know where a lot of pastors come from. I wish we'd just all drop our shields and say, you know what, the only word you need to hear is God's. Forget any cute PowerPoint. I try to do my best job I can for you, or some people have far better. But we need to know we're all in this battle together, and it's for him. It's for him. And if we do it for him, he's going to fix everything else. There's nothing he won't do. If you're struggling financially, get on the financial page with him. Lack of expectation leads also to a lack of anticipation. You know what? I can't wait for my God to do the next latest, greatest feat in my life, so I can write that one down in my journal of thankfulness. Okay. Second, an unwilling heart is not hungry and thirsty. And, if you're hungry and thirsty, you want to lap up whatever's... Hungry and thirsty, a lot of people say, well, we need to be hungry and thirsty for the Lord. What does that mean? Well, if you feel you're so stuffed, well, yeah, I'll read a little bit. Where are you at today? Are you kind of clogged up? Because if you're not hungry and thirsty, if you are hungry and thirsty, I'll tell you this, you want to lap up everything he has to offer. And you want to be in his presence. And I tell you, it's starting to grow here. People are wanting to be in the presence of God. Yeah, I've got young people coming in and confessing sin before they get caught. Did you hear that?
Yeah, praise God.
Before they get caught. What idiot would do that? I hope we do that as adults.
Amen.
And we show them before our life falls apart that we would come and have enough courage to say, I will humble myself because I've done wrong. If you're not hungry and thirsty, you don't even want to come to the altar and taste and see. And I just wonder how many people are in a desert place today, because I think there's a lot of them. But if you're in a desert place, Jesus has an answer. And I like this one scripture. I had to throw out at least 20 pages for this sermon. There were some really good scriptures. Such good stuff. But here's a scripture that I left. In John 7, 37 and 38, it says, on the last and greatest day of the festival, that sets the stage. That's when all the excitement's getting a crescendo. Jesus stood up and he said in a low-key voice. No, one person said, a loud voice. Some people are going to be shocked when they get to heaven. I love it. Toby, when you yell out, holy, holy, holy. I love it. I want to be excited. He was excited. He stood up in a loud voice. He says, look, it's the biggest day of the festival. All eyes were on him because he's making sure, like clanging a cymbal. He says it loudly. Let anyone who is thirsty come to me and drink. But what was the reason? Whoever believes in me, as Scripture has said, rivers of living water will flow from within them. Guys, if you don't have the living water coming out of you, you don't have it in you. I see why he clanged the bell. In a loud voice, he said, any of you guys got ears? Do you want some living water? Because it'll bubble out and it's going to affect everybody. We'll change the world.